Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. Just wanted to do this, quick video. All right. Basically, dealing with the point of no return. All right, Salakia, let me see if anything. All right, so basically dealing with the point of no return, and that's basically where we're at right now. All right, in terms of prophecy, in terms of world events, current events, and in terms of the walk. All right, being a part of this ministry. Okay, and being at the point of no return, that's exactly what it means. All right, the point of no return. Now, for those of us who are involved in this ministry, those of us who are part of the the works, doing the will of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, from the second you were called, all right, there was no turning back. That was the point of no return. All right, an example was Elisha. All right, when the prophet Elijah basically came onto him, came to him and called him. All right, he basically dropped everything and followed. All right, followed Elijah. Now, being at the point of no return, what does that mean for us? All right, does that mean that we should, be dragging our feet, trying to find something to do to pass the time? No, it means we should be fully invested, all right, in this truth, knowing that this is what we're going to be counting on, all right, in the times of great tribulation that is quickly approaching us. Okay, now as of right now, things may seem, a little quiet. Things may seem like, oh yeah, well, nothing's really happened since that the inauguration day. They mounted up all those different troops, and so on and so forth, and pretty much expecting like a lot of people to we expected something to go down, all right, but nothing really happened on that day. Okay, now just because nothing happened on that day, Salakia, flip this back. All right, just because nothing happened on that day, doesn't mean that nothing is gonna happen. Because when you go into the book of Habakkuk, the second chapter and the third verse, it talks about though it tarry, wait for it. All right, for it will surely come, it will not tarry, and that is talking about these prophecies. Okay, so though these prophecies tarry, though it seems as though, all right, these prophecies are taking a long time. It seems as though you hear, one second you're hearing something about the the mark of the beast or martial law or something like that, and then the next second, just poof, you don't hear anything anymore. Okay, so when that happens, that's not for us to feel like, damn, nothing is, we've been waiting for this for a long time. People who lack understanding, they take that as, oh well, that means I just got more time to go back and do things that I wanted to do in the world. Okay, and that's not so. You got to remember to keep your eyes single and keep your focus, all right, on this truth. Okay, keep your focus on doing the work of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, because as it says in John 9:4, I must work the works of him that sent me while it is day. All right, for the night cometh when no man can work. Okay, that night is still going to come. All right, whether it looks like it's coming right now or not, it's still going to come, because the Lord has said it for shaky. All right, what you may think or what you may believe, that night, as it says in the book of John, is still going to come. When no man is going to be able to work, and that's when you're going to need to dip into your spiritual bank account, so to speak. All right, in order to make it in those days. All right, with those evils around. So being at the point of no return, it's like a fourth quarter, double overtime. What kind of mindset should you be in? This it's not the time to be getting weak and giving up. It's the time to be going harder. Okay, and why is that? Because look, man, this is something, when you read in Luke the first chapter, all right, I believe around the 70th verse, if I'm not mistaken, it says that this has been, the prophets have been prophesying basically of this time since the world began. They've been prophesying of this time when the Messiah comes and makes his second coming, and delivers us from this captivity. Okay, and finally ushers in the kingdom of heaven. Everybody's been talking about the kingdom of heaven, the mark of the beast, the hour of temptation, you know. And guess what? Now we're about to experience that time. As it says in Ezekiel 12 and 27, it says basically that Jake, you know, says that the vision that he seeth is for many days to come, and he prophesieth of a times that are far off. Where we're at right now, as you can see, we are in the middle, you know, of all hell about to break loose, okay? And behind us is the old world, okay? And we're at the point where there's only one direction in which things are gonna go, and that's leading to chaos. If you sit down and analyze the world right now, all right, not only just, you know, the way things look, but the way people behave, you know, the level of lack of hospitality that people have for each other, and the level of hatred that they have grown for each other. When you look at that, you'll see how much, you know, just how bad, you know, the situation is. You know, you look at maybe 10 years ago, maybe even 5 years ago, you know, how the world was compared to now. Look at how many different incidents have taken place. You know, look at how many troops they are, you know, on the streets nowadays. You know, and it's supposed to be common. Look at how technology has changed. Look at how people interact with each other. All of that has changed. You know, to the point where now everybody's walking around with a mask on their face. You know, and that's become normalized. So now, how do you return from that? How do you undo that? There is no undoing that. All right, from this point on, all right, it's only gonna go one of two ways, which we know that way that it's gonna go. All right, and that's the kingdom of heaven. However, okay, on one hand, you have you know, Esau trying to gain his new world order, and they're making their great push now. Hence, they have something called the Great Reset. All right, they're making their great push right now. Okay, so on one hand, they're pushing, all right, to their new world order, and on the other hand, we are pushing towards the kingdom of heaven. Okay, so just as Esau is going as hard for his new world order, we got to go as hard for what? For the kingdom of heaven. We know according to prophecy that we, you know, it's gonna come regardless. Okay, but we still got to go hard, man. You know, now is the time where you gotta pick up the pace, because I mean, what else you gonna do? You know, what else are you gonna do? You're seeing, all right, the signs of the times. You're seeing the end drawing near, all right, and the Lord is about to make his return. I mean, the amount of chariot sightings, all right, that we've seen in the past year and a half, 2 years is off the charts. You know, not just how many chariots people have seen, but what kinds of chariots. You know, the different incidents, okay, the different moves and prophecies that have been set. And things really started to pick up a lot as well, you know, when this whole pandemic situation started, because now you're starting to see those draconian measures, all right, that, you know, we read about in the book of 2nd Ezra 15, 2nd Ezra 16. These events that are taking place in these prophecies, they didn't just pop up on the scene, all right? Over time, you know, through certain actions, through certain legislations, you have certain reactions, all right, which is gonna be, as it says in the book of Ezra, you know, people breaking into others' houses for what? For lack of bread and for great tribulation. All right, so you know what's going to be happening. We're going to be having food shortages, okay? You're going to be having food shortages. You're going to be having people, and right now people are on the brink, all right, of losing it. Why? Because they're fed up, they're frustrated, okay? They want to go back to quote unquote normal, but you know what's happening is that they have basically conditioned you to the point where people are starting to get used to this, all right, and eventually they're gonna just forget about that old normal. You know, they're gonna say, look, man, we ain't getting that back, man, so let's just make the best of what this is right now. And then boom, they've conditioned you, okay? They've bred you into a perfect slave, and slowly but surely they get you to what? To bow down and to worship, all right, to worship this beast system. You know, if you want to, that's how they're gonna play it. You know, they start off making it seem as though you got the power. You know, they're trying to please you, and then next thing you know, they're like, look, if you want to stay with the program, you better do as we say. You know, You better follow, follow the way things are going. You want to keep your job, you better get that job, that bite. You know, you wanna buy something, you wanna get a bank account. Well, everything is digital now. Forget cash. You know, and then it's just gonna keep on upgrading, and it's up to you to upgrade with it. You know, and that's when you have the temptation. You know, and it's not gonna be, look, man, when they institute the chip, you know, it ain't gonna be today the chip is instituted, tomorrow we in the kingdom of heaven. No. All right. That's not how it's gonna work. You know, things will move fast, but there will be a period of time of a lot of temptation, you know, but it's gonna be temptation like no other. It's gonna be destruction like no other. All right, it's gonna be chaos like no other. All right. And a lot of these people are not prepared for it, man. They don't even realize that we're past the point of no return. You know, they're still walking around thinking, oh, you know, and slowly but surely, Biden is here, so, you know, we're gonna start going back to the way things were before. Biden's agenda is not to take you back to your old normal. All right. If anything, he's here to speed up, you know, the new normal. You know, and like I said, you know, it seems as though things have gotten pretty quiet. You know, they you know, the whole. Sometimes it doesn't even feel as though we're in a so-called pandemic. All right, you know, if you turn off the mainstream media news, it doesn't even feel like, it just feels like, you know, a normal day doing your thing. But that's how, as it says in 1 Thessalonians the 5th chapter, that when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them. People think that, well, the big threat, you know, DJ Trump is out, so now we can finally have some peace. Now we can move towards, you know, having, you know, a better country because Biden is here. So people are now going back to that mindset of peace and safety. You know, they're like, oh, well, you know, he got it, he'll take care of it. But what did the scripture say? When they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them. And then it adds on to it and it says what? And they shall not escape. All right. So when all hell starts breaking loose, you know, you start wondering what went wrong. You know, you're not going to escape, you know, the grasps of the judgment of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. All right. You're going to drink of that cup and it's not going to be diluted. All right. There ain't going to be no mercy. You know, you're going to drink of it and you're going to drink everything. Okay. Because thus saith the Lord. That's judgment. You know, I believe it's in Jeremiah, I want to say the 65th chapter. All right. It says, such as are for the sword to the sword, you know, such as are, you know, for the famine, you know, to the famine, such as are for the captivity, you know, to the captivity. The Lord said what? He was going to number. All right. He will number you to the slaughter, you know, so no soul is going to escape. All right. When judgment comes, judgment is going to come, you know, and everybody's going to be pushed into it. It's going to be a matter of, are you prepared or are you not? And there's a saying, all right, failure to prepare is preparing to fail. All right, and that's majority of these people. Okay, and and majority of these people is not just people in the world who don't know what's going on, but majority of these people is also those that are so-called in the truth. You know, you can know the truth, you can know the true doctrine, you can know the gospel, you can know all of that, but it's not just about knowing, it's about doing. The scriptures say, I believe, therefore I have spoken. You know, you have to be moved, you know, by your faith to what? To show works, you know, to bring forth works. You know, yes, the Lord, you know, it's not of works, but the Lord also requires works, man. All right. You know, the Lord requires you to show your diligence. Okay, it's not just, you know, I believe. Oh, how do you, you know, show that you believe? Okay, here it is. I mean, we're telling you straight up, Jacob's trouble's coming. There's no going back. You know, you can't buy more time. You know, we don't know when the Lord is going to shut this whole thing down. That's why every day you got to, you know, do your best, because you don't know. You know, we don't know when the hour is going to come where the Lord is going to say, yo, you know what? Shut the whole thing down. All right. So with that mindset, what kind of spirit are we supposed to be in? We're supposed to be in that spirit of hastening, you know, as is the name of the year, hastening, you know, onto the coming of the day of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. All right. We're hastening onto that. And in hastening, what are we doing? We're getting right. All right. We're remaining diligent. We're staying in the spirit, you know. All right. That's what we're required to do. You know, so at the point of no return, now's the time to turn it up, man. You know, you can't, well, I'm already at full capacity. Well, you know, find a way to go past that. Or, you know, if you had a good pace, you know, not to, you know, of course there's balance, don't burn yourself out. But if you already had a good pace, keep it up, you know, keep it up. Because, hey, everything you're doing now, if there's going to come a time when your works now are going to be looked back on. You know, Lord's going to look back, you know, because the angels record everything, you know. So the Lord is going to look back and say, all right, in the time when, you know, all hell wasn't breaking loose, when you had liberty, what's that, 2 Ezra 9 and 13, you know, on down, you had liberty, okay? You had liberty, you knew what to do, you had the liberty, what did you do? You know, and the angels are going to pull up your report, okay? And then, you know, the Lord's going to decide, all right, are you a part of his elect? All right, or even then, what story? You know, how is your story? How is your journey gonna go? All right, you're gonna go through hardships. You know, you're gonna starve for 2-3 days. You know, or you're just gonna get food right away. What's gonna happen? You know, and we say these things, and it sounds, you know, sometimes it sounds trivial, right? You know, we always mention going a couple of days without food, and because we mention it so much, it sounds like it's light work. It's not light work. All right, it's not light work to go 2, 3, 4, 5 days without eating. All right, it's not light work. For some people to go 1 day without eating is not light work, because your body isn't used to that. Unless you're fasting, you know, your body, and majority of these people who don't fast, their body doesn't know what that's like. Okay, you see, there's something called muscle memory, but muscle memory has different levels to it. You know, there's levels to where your body knows what to do eventually, because your body was made to be adjustable, right? So eventually, when you know, you keep, like, let's say you start, you know, you fast 24 hours, right? First time, your body's like, oh, what the hell's going on, right? And then, you know, another week, another 2 weeks, you try it again, you know, and then it becomes a continue. It becomes, you know, continue. Eventually, your body's gonna say, look, I can't, you know, I can't stop this person from, you know, fasting. So the best I can do is adjust myself so that when he does, when they do fast, I know what to do. You know, I know where to draw energy from. You know, I know what zone to go into to conserve energy, you know, and to still be able to utilize whatever I got to utilize, you know, to accomplish whatever needs to be accomplished. Okay. So your body knows what gear to kick into, all right, when you're fasting, or when you go long periods without eating. Now, if your body is constantly used to just eat, you know, and that's the thing too, whenever you want to eat, you can eat, right? And if you want to order, you want to order food, you want to just go to your kitchen, whatever the case may be, whenever you want to eat, right then and there, food, you know, rise, kill, and eat. All right, that's an inside joke, but you know, whenever you want to eat, it's readily available for you, you know, and you're good, okay? But when the time comes when now you're forced, you know, you're forced to have to go a long period without eating, then what do? You know, then your body's like, whoa, what the hell is going on? And then it's not like you're doing a fast where, you know, at some point you can break it. Hey, when all hell breaks loose, there ain't no, you don't control when you get to eat or not, you know? So at that point, then you got to rely on the Heavenly Father. But it's gonna be hard for a lot of these people. That's why they're gonna commit cannibalism. All right, they're gonna start eating each other. They're gonna start eating their children. They're gonna start eating their loved ones. Okay, and why is that? Because they lack discipline. You know, they don't have the spirit. They're gonna eventually give in to the desires of the flesh because it's gonna overcome them. It's gonna be too much. All right, now I want to see if I can find this precept here. I believe it might be the book of Jeremiah. Chapter, let's see if it's here, 19. All right. All right, it's not here. Nonetheless, the scriptures talk about cannibalism. People are going to be committing cannibalism. You know, they're going to be eating other people. All right, they're gonna actually kill others and eat them. All right, can you imagine that? People eating other human beings. Okay? And it's going to be on a whole nother level. It's going to become a thing. You know? They do it once, they do it twice, they get used to the taste, and then that's it. That's their fix. They go around looking for human meat, you know, that they can eat. Okay, this is Daniel 12:1. It says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And it shall be a time of trouble such as never was, since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. All right. And so we're going to need, all right, the Archangel Michael. We're going to need Yahuwah. We're going to need the rest of the heavenly hosts to come and deliver us because of how bad, all right, it's going to be out here. You know, as I literally just said, a time like never before. Now, we always say this, but hey, you can even do your own research and say, all right, look up, you know, what worst moments in history, right? What are the worst moments in history? What are the most Black Plague, you know, worst famines that have ever hit, you know, worst diseases that have ever hit? Look up all those things and, you know, read about it or watch how it went down and see how bad it was, okay? And then understand that however bad it was in that movie, in that documentary, in that reading that you just read, whatever we're about to go through now is not going to compare to it. Whatever we're about to go through in Jacob's trouble is going to be so bad that it's going to make whatever you saw, whatever you read, whatever you imagined look like just, you know, like a picnic, you know? So really think about how bad does it have to be. Like, damn, the scriptures say men's hearts failing them for fear. You know, so we're going to need the Spirit of the Lord to actually keep us, not only keep us safe, but to keep us mentally strong. All right? Exactly. That's right. You know, when you start to think about it, you can't imagine how bad Jacob's trouble will be. You know, and you're like, damn, I mean, shit, it's gonna be, you know, disastrous. Okay. And that's the time we're at. We're at the point where the Most High is like, look, man, I'm about to close down the show, but I mean, this time we're in will never, ever, ever come again. All right. We are at the point right now where history is about to be made. History is being made, but history is about to be made. You know, throughout all the scriptures, the times that we're living in now is going to triumph, you know, like anything that has ever happened. Okay. So, hey, it tells you in the book of Jeremiah that when we get delivered out of Babylon, that's going to be, it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth that delivered the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt, but the Lord liveth that delivereth the children of Israel out of the land of the north, which is this place. Because that's how, you know, crazy it's going to be, that it's going to triumph, all right, everything else that we've ever heard of. And then it's going to be written and plastered in history. You know, like, this is what happens, you know, when you piss the Lord off. Because the judgment that, you know, the reason it's going to be a time like never before is because the judgment that is going to be taking place now is going to be, it's a generational. It's been in the making for generations. The judgment that's going to happen in the time of Jacob's trouble is not going to be just judgment from this time period. All right. It's going to be judgment from from the beginning all the way till now. So that's why it's going to be so bad. You know, now whatever kind of judgment is going to be. I mean, we hear about some gruesome stories, you know, in terms of judgment that goes on. We hear about it. We read about it. And we're like, damn, you know, they used to do all that, you know, chopping people up. You watch some of them scary movies, you know, poisoning people, killing people, chopping people up. You're like, yo, there's some wild stuff. And then you imagine, like, yo, like if a movie could spook you, right? Seeing something like that in a movie can spook. And I mean, you're good. You're in your house. You know, you know you're safe. But just seeing it can spook you. How much more for living in it? You know, when you're not sure if you're safe. You know? Because, matter of fact, let's get a quick precept. Because you're going to be in it, you know, and you're going to be hoping that the Lord has mercy on you. But it's going to be so scary that you're going to be like, oh, you know? What is this? Let's see. Second Esdras. Damn, I can't believe I forgot where it was. I think it's 16. Yep, Second Esdras 16 and 17. And this is the prophet Ezra, and he's seeing the vision of the destruction that's going to be taking place in the future, namely in this time. And this is what he says. He says, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? All right. Now, because he's like, yo, I mean, like, it's going to be so bad, how are we going to be delivered out of that? Who's going to deliver us in those days? And we are at the point where we're headed straight for that. You can't look back, you know what I'm saying? You can't look back and try to run back into the past. You're stuck having to face the future. People think that, the little things that are happening now is like, oh, that's never happened in history before. The Capitol got stormed. Oh my gosh, that's so crazy. They talking about there's another Ebola outbreak over there in Africa. All right. So you should be thinking about that too. Okay. Yep. Habakkuk 3:16. This is Prince Chakam Banyamyan. When I heard, my belly trembled, my lips quivered at the voice. Rottenness entered into my bones, and I trembled in myself, that I might rest in the day of trouble. When he cometh up unto the people, he will invade them with his troops. Woo! Beautiful precept, brother. And that's he saw that, man. They saw these visions, and that's how they felt upon just receiving these visions, man. So how you think we're gonna feel living in these times? You're not gonna watch somebody feel cold. You're gonna be feeling the cold. You're not gonna hear somebody in a movie stomach grumbling. It's gonna be yours that you're gonna be hearing. You're not gonna be seeing somebody running and you're like, yo, make a left. You're gonna be the one running. You ever had to run for your life before? I'm pretty sure there's people who've never had to run for their life before. Imagine what that's like. You gotta run for your life. I mean, that's crazy. Like, damn. You running, and you know that if you stop running, your ass is grass. They whoever's chasing your ass wants to kill you. If you stop running, that's it for you. That's what it means to run for your life. It doesn't matter how tired you are, whatever's going on through your mind, you know that you can't stop. Or you ever have to hide, Hey man, you watch them suspense movies, where the person runs and they find like a locker room somewhere and they're hiding, and then the whoever the enemy's coming, you're like, shh, don't, yo, calm, be quiet, so that, you trying to tell the character to not breathe so hard, to not move, to just be quiet and wait. Man, guess what? When you're in that position, you're going to understand why they were breathing so heavily. They all shook up, they all scared and all and whatnot. You're going to understand that. You're going to be like, yo, man, this is not a light thing. Some things you might see in a movie and it seems trivial. It's like, oh, he just, he just, da-da-da-da-da. Man, when you living in that thing, man, it's not trivial, man. These situations and these events that are going to be taking place are not going to be trivial. That's why it's going to be a test, okay, of your faith. All right, now, let's read this here. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 13. All right, and I'll start at 1. It says here, the burden of Babylon, which Isaiah, the son of Amos, did see. Okay, and Babylon, you have ancient Babylon, and then you have the daughter of Babylon, or Babylon the Great. Okay, Babal Hagadal, which is this America. All right, so it says here, lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain. All right, upon the high mountain, exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand that they may go into the gates of the nobles. And we're doing that now, and that banner is representing these scriptures. Okay, and we're doing that now, which we've reached onto the gates of the nobles. All right, it says, I have commanded my sanctified ones, I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger, even them that rejoice in my highness. The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord of hosts mustereth the host of the battle. They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. So what are the weapons of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua's indignation? Those thermonuclear missiles, all right, along with the heavenly host with the chariots, okay? And they're not here to play, okay? Because as it says here, to destroy the whole land. This is what we're approaching, man. It says, verse 6, how ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand, the point of no return. We are at that point, and there's no going back, okay? It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. So if you're thinking, oh, when it comes, I'm going to do this. When it comes, I'm going to do that. When it comes, it says all hands are going to be faint, all right? Meaning when you do something, it's going to be because the Spirit of the Lord, all right, is upon you and is allowing you to do whatever it is you're going to do, okay? You ever seen in them movies or them shows when somebody, they think they're going to do something, and then, the threat comes in front of their face and they just freeze, they just freeze up. You know why that is? Because they lose, they don't have any power in their hands. They get scared, because everything starts up here, all right? And fear cripples. So if fear cripples your mind, your body's going to be crippled, because what the mind says, the body follows, okay? And so, like it says, all hands are going to be faint and all hearts shall melt. Anything you thought, oh, I'm going to be doing this, that, and the third, all your ideas, all your plans, all whatever you thought you were going to do is going to go right out the window. Because thinking from because when you say, oh, when it happens, I'm going to do this. When it happens, I mean, you meditate here and there, but for those who are like, nah, I don't care. When it comes, nah, I'm knocking them troops out. I'm doing this. Ain't nobody touching me. When you're saying that from a comfortable perspective, because your life isn't in danger at that moment. You're good. You're fed. You're whatever. You chilling. Now, when that actually does happen, and you're in it, you have to go through it. Those ideas you had go out the window. All right, and now you're like, oh shit. You're like, oh shit. That Superman, that Wonder Woman, that G.I. Jane spirit, out the window, man. Completely gone. Okay, and at that point, you don't care. You're not gonna care if how if people are looking at you or not. If you scared, you're scared. If you scared, you're scared, my man. All right, because we all gonna be scared, man. Ain't nothing wrong, with being scared. Let me see what's going on here. It's like, yeah. All right, if you scared, you're scared, man. And that's what's going to be. And like the brother posted, man, a lot of people don't know what's about to take place, all right, or what's about to happen, in this land. Okay, let's see what this is right here. So, okay, give me 1 second. Make sure that I'm good with this, and I'll gladly take this spot right here. All right. See what brothers put up. That's right. That's Micah 7 verse 10. It says, "Then she that is mine enemy shall see it." All right. We already know what that scripture is talking about. Okay. Let me read it. "Then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, Where is the Lord thy God?" Salakia. It says, "Which said unto me, Where is the Lord thy God? Mine eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets." And guess what? When people are going through that, they're going to be wishing for some form of mercy. Because, the Lord said we're going to be in a good case, but they're going to be in a pitiful case, right? So being that they're going to be in a pitiful case, they're going to be looking for what? They're going to be looking for some mercy, Now, if we in a good case, man, we ain't nothing we could do for you. When judgment goes out, judgment goes out. We not going to, I ain't going to tell the Lord to chill. I'm not going to be the one to tell the Lord, oh, Lord, please chill out. You know, don't hurt these 2/3 that badly. No. You know, Most High does what the Most High want to do. You know, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai does what Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai wants to do. You know, ain't nothing we could do about it. You know, so we just hope and pray that we are on the good side. You know, we are on the side, all right, that the Lord is gonna have mercy upon. You know, because if you're not, man, I mean, that's pretty much it. You know, that's pretty much it. That's why I titled it The Point of No Return. So knowing, all right, that we are at the point of no return, what should your attitude be? Your attitude should be what? Go in as hard as you can. All right, go in as hard as you can. You know, putting in whatever work you could do. You know, now it's understandable we all have different lots. Okay. Let me just put this on. All right, we all have different lots. We all have different roles to play. Okay, and that's understandable. All right, but whatever your lot is, you know, wherever you fit in, man, you know, fit in and get to work. You know. You fit in and get to work. So matter of fact, let me actually just get one more precept. Let me finish it off in here. All right. Isaiah 13 and verse 6, it says, "Howl ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty." Okay. So the day of the Lord is going to come as a destruction from the Almighty. So us knowing that the day of the Lord is going to come as a destruction from the Almighty, what kind of spirit are we supposed to be in? We're supposed to be understanding that, hey, look, this is the point of no return. Whatever happens now, all right, that's the status quo. That's what it is. You know, and I want to make sure that, look, I know in the time of Jacob's trouble, I'm not going to get to, you know, come back and do a video, do a sit down. You know, like in the parable the Lord gave, okay, about the rich man, you know, the rich man and Lazarus. Now, see, when the rich man was burning up, you know, in that hell, he was catching all that hell. He was like, look, man, let me go back. You know,
there are no phones connected.
You know,
connect the phone and try again.
Good. All right, he's like, look, let me go back. You know, if you won't even let me just go do a redo, at least let me go warn. You know, let me go warn my fellow brethren. You know, like, yo, look, y'all gotta chill out. You know, this is some real stuff, man. Whatever them prophets are saying, that's some real stuff, man. Y'all gotta chill out. Lord said, no, you ain't getting any of that. They got the prophets. You know, they got the prophets. So they you know, that's who they could listen to. All right. So, you know, as the scriptures say, the day of the Lord is gonna be a day of great destruction. All right, a day of terror. You know. So knowing that, what kind of mindset should we be in, especially when we're at the point of no return? You know. All right, it says Connor did a video on the V passport, and the other day, and YouTube gave me a strike. Oh, I mean, brother, they took, you know what I'm saying? That's all they do. You know, that's all they do. They hit me, you know, they hit me with 2 strikes, you know? And what they do is they wait. They wait until you're about to get out of YouTube prison, and then let's say maybe a day before or whatever, they like hit them again. Because if you get a strike while you have a strike, guess what? Then that's worse. You know, that's like 2 strikes. You know, you got to let that first one erase before, if they hit you again, it's 1 strike. So they time it perfectly, because they're just a bunch of demons anyway. You know, and the Most High gonna judge their ass as well. But on the flip side, when they do strike your channel, or, you know, anything of that sort, it's really ultimately the will. All right, it's the will of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. You know, because remember, anything that happens by the will of the Lord. So if he you know, has it to where they're able to strike your channel, you know, because the reason our channels stay on without getting strikes is because the Lord, all right, guards and protects our channels, because he doesn't want it to go down, you know. But if your channel does get a strike, then the Lord willed it, and there's a reason, you know. So hey, we just gotta just keep it pushing, right? You know, we just gotta keep it pushing. Okay. 1 Peter 4:18, Prince Chacham Banyamyan, and if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? All right. Exactly. Where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? Okay. You know, if the righteous scarcely be saved, you got to think about that, man. You know, the scriptures say that the righteous are going to scarcely be saved, but they're still going to be saved. So that means that the ungodly and the sinner you don't even come close. You don't even come close. Like Jacob's trouble is to judge. It's to test the elect, but it's to judge the 2/3 onto destruction. All right. That's right. It put this. Yep. That's it for all of us. Your channel, they strike your channel, or they delete one channel, you create another, and it's like your spirit just gets hot. You just constantly boom, boom, boom. You keep it going. The Lord does that. He might do it to humble you. He might do it to fire you up, whatever the case may be. But we understand that Yahuwah Ba'Shem Yahushai, all right, does everything for a reason. And at the end of the day, look, we do these videos. As much as we do these videos for you brothers and sisters to learn, we do it, to please the Lord. So hey, it could get 1 view, you could have 5K subscribers, and then your channel goes down and now you have like 300 subscribers. Guess what? You doing the works is to show the Lord that, look, regardless of whether 1,000 people are watching my videos, or 10 people or 3 people are watching my videos, that's not gonna affect how many videos I do. That's not gonna affect whether I do a video or not. Because it's the work of the Lord. The Lord said, go what? Prophesy unto the wind. He didn't say, look, only prophesy when there's a crowd. No, you prophesy, in the ancient world, look, you prophesy when the Lord tells you to prophesy. However he tells you to prophesy. So regardless of, whatever your channel looks like or whatever, hey, at the end of the day, I believe it was the brother Amawan Gabar, he said, look, we can't get too attached. Of course, you put in the work on there and, it hurts when they take it down, but we can't get too attached, to these channels, because the time is coming. Hey, in the kingdom, we ain't going to be, here it is, you a whole king. You sitting there, shalom, you're fixing your crowd and stuff, hey, shalom, hey, give me that precept real quick. Well, we're not going to be prophesying in the kingdom. All right. So continuing on, just want to finish this up. Isaiah 13, verse 7, then shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt, and they shall be afraid, and pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames. They're going to be in shock. What's going on? And that's going to be that one question. What's going on? What's going on? What do we do? What do we do? Okay, they're gonna be running looking for answers. Oh my gosh, do you know what to do? Do you know what's going on? Do you know where we can go? Do you know where I can find? That's all you're gonna be hearing when these things go down, And a lot of people are gonna be afraid, man. Afraid. It says, verse 9, behold, the day of the Lord cometh, cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger. It says, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. So we understand that, look, if you're not if you're not a part of the Lord's elect, there will be no mercy for you. So we're not gonna expect you to, you got certain people that might, oh Lord, please have mercy. We know he is not gonna have mercy on you if you're not of his elect, because he said so. So we're gonna know how to move through the Spirit in that time. Verse 10, for the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine. And I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. All right. And that's going to also bring in that Isaiah 4:1, because all that pride is going to be shattered, man. All right. They're going to be afraid, and they're going to be humbled down. Okay. Verse 12, I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. Now, what kind of man is this talking about? Is this talking about the Tyrone sagging his pants down the block? All right. Or Jimmy, your Edomite boss at work? No, this is talking about an elect man. Okay, as it says in Isaiah 32:2, that a man shall be as an hiding place. That's talking about the elect. Okay, and the Lord said he's going to make us more precious than fine gold. Okay, so however he's going to do it, we're going to have to see. Okay, but he is going to do it, man. Now I'm ended off on that. There's a couple more verses, you could read it, but just wanted to do that lesson. Look, man, we are at the point of no return. All right, that means there is no going back. There's only going forward. All right, and if you want to have any sense of security, any sense of safety, any chance of salvation going forward, let me actually get this one more. All right, you gotta, hey man, this is life and death, man. You gotta take it seriously. 2 Peter chapter 1 verse 10. Wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. For if ye do these things, ye shall never fail or fall. All right. So understanding that, man, give, like it says here, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. All right. Because in those days, you're going to need, all right, it's going to be a must. If you don't have it, you're dead. All right. It's going to be a must. You're going to need the spirit of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, or else there's really no chance for you, man. Okay. So, hey, let that be at the forefront of your thoughts. You know, center your life around this truth, man. Not your life first, then this truth. All right, because all hell is about to break loose and your life is not going to matter. Okay, so stay in the spirit. All right, Lord willing, this was edifying and exhorting onto the elect. And just, hey, man, step it up, man. Shift into the next year, you know, for all of us. And just keep on doing as best as you can and continue trying to do, you know, as best as you can to please the Lord, man. All right, because we're going to need the Lord's graces and his mercies in the times to come. But with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rakha Kodash. Until next time, Shalom.